Syracuse football will not win another game as long as Rickie Collins is the quarterback. Ever. It will not happen. Not against North Carolina, not against Boston College, because this bum can't play. Rick the Pick Collins, Big Pick Rick, whatever you want to call him, garbage time Rick, only looks good in garbage time. Unfortunately for him, against Pitt, there was hardly any garbage time at all because the rest of the team actually played pretty well. We were in position to win this game. We could have won this game. This and SMU really sting because they feel like two games that, yeah, we probably would have won with average quarterback play. But no. Instead, we have a bum which cannot play. And the worst part is in this game. In this game, they benched him. They benched him. Hallelujah. I jumped out of my seat. I was so excited that they finally freaking benched him. It seemed like Fran was so loyal to this guy for no discernible reason. They take him out, put in the backup. We get 3 runs in a row. 3 and out, we punt. Next series, he completes 2 third-down passes. Now, they weren't anything fancy. They were just checkdowns to guys that were wide open, but they were right on him. They were right between the numbers, right to the guy. Does Rickie ever do that? Even the easy plays aren't a gimme with Rickie. He can't consistently do anything. So, the thing about being a quarterback is you're only really as good as your worst plays. The problem with football is that good plays and bad plays are not weighed the same. Like, you make 5 good plays in a row. You're not getting like 5 touchdowns. I mean like 5 pretty good completed pass, 5, 6, 7 yard gain plays in a row. It breaks down, you scramble, you get a first down. I mean, just regular good plays. You do a few of those in a row, but it doesn't matter when every 4th or 5th play is a disaster. You can't consistently call anything. You can't do anything on offense. You get so conservative with your play calling because you don't trust your quarterback to do anything, because every few plays turns into a 5-alarm disaster. He throws so many interceptions, and so many passes don't get intercepted that could be. So, what is he? He's thrown 128 passes. 8 of them have been intercepted. That's 6.25%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 1 in every 16. 1 in every 16 times he throws the ball, it's going to the other team. And now he only completes like half of his passes. So that's like, if he throws the ball 16 times, 5 of them are like half of them. 50% of them are like dead plays. One of them is just like a game-ruining play, interception. You never want to have those. Maybe you can get away with like 1 a game. Even that's kind of a lot, but 1 in every 16 passes. So if you're throwing the ball over 30 times a game, you're basically just going to get 2 picks. And you can't do that. You can't win that way. He's also been sacked 7 times, so it's about the same likelihood that he's going to get sacked as he's going to throw an interception. And that's basically the same thing. I mean, it pretty much always means you're not going to score points on the drive if you take a sack. So those are all dead. What I don't get is why they would tease us. Because I have been wanting them to move on from Rickie after the first game. TBH. And I know that might be a little early and people improve and yada, yada, yada. But a lot of times you can tell when they have it up here, the ability to play quarterback. I mean, he's obviously talented. He's athletic. He's got a strong arm. But when the guy can't play, you can usually see that the guy can't play. And we didn't see a lot of Luke Carney today. We only saw him for 1 and 3. They wouldn't even let him throw the pass on 3rd down. What was it, 3rd and 8? They wouldn't let him throw an 8-yard pass. We saw him make, I think, 2 check-down throws and then the incompletion where there was just nobody there. It was just a bad route, I think. It was like the guy stopped. Or no, he kept going and he threw it like he was going to stop. I mean, it's like that's all we saw. They ran a couple design quarterback runs for him, something I don't think we ever did with Rickie, but he's definitely a good enough athlete where I don't know why that's not in the playbook. We have an athletic quarterback, it probably should be, an athletic quarterback who can't make a fucking throw consistently to save his goddamn life. We got Yassine Willis wide open in the flat in the SMU game. Just wide open on 4th down. Just couldn't, as open as it gets in college football for an easy touchdown. He has no feel. Everything has to go a million goddamn miles an hour. This throw to the flat to Yassine Willis, he just give him he's so open, you can give him a soft little pass. You could take a little off the ball. But instead, he just a million miles an hour. He panics. He's like, oh, he's open. Oh, he throws it. It's going 500 miles an hour. And the throw's not even close. I know this throw wasn't even from this game. It's from the last game. But as soon as that happened, he should not have been allowed to throw another pass for this team again. He shouldn't have. If you can't make that throw, if you're not going to make that play for us when you're running back behind, or at the line of scrimmage is that open, and you throw a rocket where he has to stop running and try and jump backwards, and even then couldn't get his fucking hand on it. What are we doing here? How do you miss that bad? How do you miss that bad? And the interceptions are horrifying, all of them. Whenever they happen, it's always that he's just staring down one guy and the safety sees it from a million miles away and they just undercut the throw. How many times have we seen that? And it's not even really interflected with the interception total, because he'd have way more if every time they broke on the ball it got picked off, because it happens way more often than it actually gets intercepted. If you've been watching the games, you know it's, what's the term, turnover-worthy plays. He's had way more than have actually happened. He would average probably 5 or 6 interceptions a game if the defense was ready. If we were playing a really good secondary that could catch the ball, he would have 5 or 6 a game, I think, easy. When Dino went to the Wildcat and beat Pittsburgh, ironically, one of the only times we've ever beaten Pittsburgh in the whole time I've watched Syracuse football was with Dan Villari running the Wildcat, because we just threw passing out of the playbook. And I feel like when we have just no quarterback play at all, even if you can't run the ball, today we didn't run the ball at all because, the defense keys in on the run when they know we can't pass. So it's the pass opens it up. But if you just cram it down, if you just force feed Willis the ball, I think eventually he's going to get something going. But instead we're doing regular stuff. It's oh, the run didn't work, let's try the pass. Well, the guy can't pass consistently. He'll look competent for half a drive, 5, 6, 7 plays. There was one drive against Pittsburgh where it looked like we might have a chance, and it was after he already got benched and came back in, where he leads us down the field, good-looking touchdown. Of course, it ended up being a little too late. And of course, on the 2-point conversion, he didn't even give us a fucking chance. He didn't even get rid of the ball. Instead, he ran for it and got tackled short. You got to at least give the team a chance. A chance, man, on the 2-point conversion. You can't just go down. Yeah, well, I hope he's not going to be the starter going forward, but I think he will. That's the worst part about this game, is that in the 4th quarter, he showed enough that Fran is going to be able to look at this and look at the game tape and be like, well, he's getting better. The 4th quarter wasn't bad. And they also show they have no confidence in the other guy to throw the ball at all. They wouldn't even let him throw an 8-yard pass. And that's not... If you're playing at a Division I FBS football school, you should be able to throw the ball more than 8 yards past the line. You should be trusted to do that. I really don't know why he even put him in for 2 series if he wasn't going to stick with it. I don't understand it at all. Just to ramp him in, oh yeah, see, I get throwing him in. I wanted them to throw him in. We all wanted to see what he looked like actually playing. And in the very limited sample size, he didn't make any mistakes. He didn't make any mistakes in the very limited sample size, which is more than I can say for Rickie Collins. First pass he threw against Colgate was one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. How many plays was Carney in? He was in, I would say he was in for more plays on average than it takes for Rickie to completely fuck something up. And one of them wasn't even his fault, right? He got a ground ball on third down. His first series, right? We got a couple first downs, and then the snap was low. It was just rolling to him. It was a dead play. And that was really the only chance he got because they wouldn't let him throw it on third down the next drive. So, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? Well, I mean, the season's over. Whatever. Looking forward to basketball. Still probably going to recap the rest of the games if something interesting happens. So, nobody watched the first video. Nobody's probably going to watch this video. But I don't care. All right, see you later.